What's up, guys? This is Brian, and this is the What is Truth channel. It's going to make a quick video today, in general, talking about our great neighbors to the north. I live in America, so that would be Canada for everybody else. And the amazing amount of hypocrisy that's now just being shared throughout the mainstream media, and basically what we're now seeing as the Western global elites forming what they can. So it seems to be like some general opposition to America against Russia, against possibly China, and the powers that are rising in the Middle East as well. But to stick on the Canadian point here, it's pretty interesting to me, at least, like the just incredible level of hypocrisy that that people are willing to look past. Anyway, they're telling us all that it is a war crime to withhold electricity or running water to any civilian populations, right? So when the Israelis have done this in Gaza, these liberal elites cry war crime. Okay, I get it, war crime. When Ukrainians did it to the Russians in Crimea back, I think it was 2014 or whatever, no one really heard, you didn't really hear about it, but there were talks. These are war crimes. Russia tries to do it to Ukraine more recently. War crimes. But then these same people that are crying war crimes are the same people that are willing to threaten you with those same exact said war crimes of shutting off the power to 3 U.S. states, civilian populations. Would be Minnesota, Michigan, and New York, 3 Canadian bordering states. We heard the Premier of Ontario, I believe it was, talk about this exact thing, that the first thing they're going to institute is a 25% tariff, a price hike that they're saying to the average bill would be upwards probably 100% hike, or excuse me, $100 hike. Okay, most people can deal with that, but if they're not able to settle some sort of a deal, he comes around right behind that statement and says, we are willing to shut off the power completely. And the 3 states that I already mentioned would be affected. Amazing that that's their threat. But when anybody else uses this tactic in actual war, these same people will cry war crimes. But what war has been declared? Is Canada and America in a physical war? Are they in like a trade dispute at the moment? But either way, they're willing to go to those extremes, go to those measures. Pretty interesting, just so we all know what their actual position is. The old rule of thumb, the old saying as it goes, rules for thee, but not for me. When it's fit for me to call you out on certain things, I will definitely do so. But when I do those said things, let's look past it. Seems to be the truth, That's exactly what's going on. Also, these, Western liberal elites that are in control of what seems to be most of mainland Europe, not all, but most of mainland Europe, and obviously Canada, seem to look past a lot of the elections that are going on right now. For instance, let's just say the new Canadian Prime Minister, a banker from the Bank of England, somebody that was on the, I think he was the governor of the Bank of England, now gets put right into position without an election, no votes cast. He just fills the next position for the Liberal Party of Canada, and set to become the next Prime Minister. But yet these same countries will tell us certain things that Trump are doing are un-American, undemocratic, all these things. But they're just going to instill the next puppet, essentially, to their regime and turn a blind eye to it. Meanwhile, in Romania, these people are having riots and uprisings right now because the guy who was leading basically in every poll for the Romanian, whether it's presidency or prime minister, he gets barred from running. He's not allowed to run. Pretty interesting how these things work out, you know? It really is. And these are the same people that basically have morals and, you know, it's got to be the democratic way. Well, it seems it doesn't have to be when it works in your favor or how you want the results to end up. And it's pretty telling. So it just seems like in a lot of the cases here, they're trying to basically subvert democracy and the democratic process in a lot of these places right now. So you're seeing maybe the death throes of the old guard right now, just kind of like we brought up in our last video, that it seems like we're already starting to see the beginning pieces of the global puzzle following, or as Zbigniew Brzezinski said, his global chessboard, you know, the grand chessboard, which is the world stage, really. It's just really interesting to see all these things happening now, that you know, deals are being cut behind closed doors as we speak right now. Zelensky wasn't there, but there's a meeting going on in Saudi Arabia, and they came to the terms of some sort of a ceasefire agreement for 30 days. Pretty interesting to me, because when Zelensky was in America, he wasn't interested in a ceasefire. But now they kind of seem like they kind of ousted him from those talks. And when they continued today with Senator Marco Rubio and whoever the representatives were from the Ukrainian delegation, seems like they came out to that exact agreement, actually, that the writing was on the wall that, guys, your war is probably finished. And you fought bravely, and nobody's going to say that you didn't fight bravely, but it's over. The funds have dried up. The world piggy bank is not willing to back this anymore. And if you don't have weapons in stockpile and some of your own funds ready to go up to fight this, it's going to end pretty badly for you. It just is. If you wanted to save your sovereignty as a nation and everything, man, they should have hit those peace talks a long time ago. And I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping that they do reach some sort of agreement where Ukraine, at least the majority, the western portion of Ukraine, will still be able to have its sovereignty. I doubt that Zelensky will be the leader, but we'll see what happens from there. But guys, this is interesting times. It is, everything is changing as we speak. So just be prepared. If you're a person of faith, it's time to pray. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I am a person of faith, and we have been praying here in this household. And it's just interesting to see things unfolding the way they are. All right, so guys, again, God bless, and just keep your family as safe as possible. Store up on a couple things, especially if you're in those 3 northern states we mentioned earlier of the United States, just in case anything does kick off. But we want to be prepared, and you just want to make it out of the other side of this. And that's really all I have to say, guys. All right, till next time. This is Brian with the What Is Truth channel, and hope to hear and see from you soon. Bye.